we talked about and mentioned taking advantage of the slight slowdown that's going on with coronavirus, and hopefully everybody's practice out there is still doing well. But we all know that we have a little bit more time because of courts not being in and what's happening. So, take advantage of this to improve your client communications. And again, become a firm that pushes out information as opposed to waiting for your clients to reach out to you. I have a client portal now. That was something that we instituted during coronavirus so that my clients, they don't have to email, they don't have to call or fax or write a letter. They can jump on that portal and message us that way. The information's already automatically saved to their case, and so's our response. And so while my staff or myself, while we're working, it'll pop up a notification on our computer. It says, your client has this question, and we'll know to get back to them really quick. And the clients love it, but my staff loves it too. I think everybody that works in the law appreciates the opportunity to communicate quickly with the client and answer little questions. And it can save just a ton of time if they can get a quick response to something as opposed to waiting for Gordon to finally check his email at the end of the day or whatever it might be. So I think being proactive with things like a client portal. Another thing that we instituted during the pandemic is texting. We now have a texting function that comes directly to our computers, similar to the client portal. So the client doesn't even have to call us or even email. And I think especially for the millennials out there, being able to text, not having to pick up the phone and call is a huge advantage. And something, you mentioned it earlier about communication being a priority for potential clients in the Clio report. I think those things are really important. And I find myself, I don't want to call and order from a restaurant anymore. I don't want to order takeout. If there's 3 Japanese restaurants and one of them has the online ordering, I'll pay a $3 fee if I don't have to yell over my 3 kids and their noisy restaurant to make sure that the extra shrimp is in my fried rice, So I think that it's a great thing if you can improve those client communications and push instead of pull. And most importantly, going back to the reports that I have, know what your caseload is and know what your priorities are for your cases, which are monetary, but also maybe, other priorities, but you're not going to be able to rank them if you don't know what they are.
Yeah, definitely. I think the portal is a great way to communicate, and in my opinion, it's much more secure than sending files over the internet, whether it be medical records or other confidential information. When it goes through the portal, it's encrypted and it comes directly to you. So I'm a huge fan of portals.
I think that's huge, and I'll tell you another thing that you don't think about till you go back and start looking at stuff is how confusing email chains can get. And everyone has it now to where you're showing the copy of their email, which is a reply to your email. And so the email chain just gets so long, and the portal cuts through all that, and it's so much less confusing. You may have to go back and show the client, and the client says, hey, didn't I ask you about X, Y, and Z, 6 months ago, Gordon? Why is there a lien from this medical provider? I thought we had talked about that, and you said that would go away. You can go back and show them that portal conversation and say, no, we explained how liens work and how we would negotiate for you. And then you ask this follow-up question, and here it is. And then they feel, oh, yeah, that's right, I remember now. And they feel a lot better about it because you would never make a mistake like that.
I agree.